Hi all, welcome to my presentation. I am going to discuss about the topic working capital estimation of FMCG companies. So let's discuss on what you mean by working capital. Working capital is a financial metric which represents operating liquidity available to a business, organization or other entity including governmental entities. Along with these fixed assets such as plant and equipment, the working capital to be considered as a part of operating capital. The gross working capital is equal to the current assets of a company. So the working capital can be calculated as current assets minus current liabilities. If the current assets are less than the current liabilities, an entity has a working capital deficiency, also called as a working capital deficit, and it is also known as negative working capital. So, a positive working capital is required to ensure that the firm is able to continue its operations and that it has sufficient funds to satisfy both maturing short-term debt and also the upcoming operational expenses. So, a company can be entered with assets and profitability but may fall short-term of liquidity if the assets cannot be readily converted into cash. The management of working capital involves as follows. The first one is management of inventories, the management of accounts receivables and payables, and last, cash management. The standard working capital ratio is considered as 2:1. That would be generally considered a healthy ratio, but in some industries or kinds of businesses, a ratio as low as 1.2:1 may be adequate for sometimes. We are looking on the working capital estimation of FMCG companies. So let's discuss on what do you mean by fast moving consumer goods. FMCG or fast moving consumer goods are products that are traded speedily and at a comparatively little price. Instances it includes non-durable household goods such as packed foods, pick-me-ups, baked goods and cleaning products, etc. FMCG sector is the fourth biggest sector in the economy in India today, which comprises of household sector and personal care products contributing to a major of 50% of FMCG sector in India. Also, there are various factors that are leading to a boost in the growth of these sectors. In this slide, we can see some of the top FMCG sectors in India. Next, I am going to discuss about the working capital estimation of top 3 FMCG companies in India: HUL, Nestle and ITC Limited. So first, let's discuss about the companies. So first of all, let's talk on Hindustan Unilever Limited, which was founded on 1933. It's a British-Dutch assembling organization headquartered in Mumbai, India. Its items incorporate nourishment drinks, cleaning specialists, individual consideration items, water purifiers, and purchaser merchandise. So the organization was renamed in June 2007 as Hindustan Unilever Limited. And starting at 2019, Hindustan Unilever portfolio had 35 item marks in 20 classifications and utilizes 80,000 representatives with deals with rupees 34,619 crores in 2017 to 18. Some of the products are brew coffee, Kisan squashes, ketchups, juices and jams, and also Lipton iced tea. So HUL is one of the top FMCG company in India. Nestle is a Swiss company built up in 1866 by its organizer Henry Nestle. While its fundamental attack is nourishments and beverages, it has several items, almost 2,000. The general turnover for Nestle was approximately as 90 billion Swiss franc in 2016. It works for 18 production lines in 86 nations, utilizing about 339,000 individuals around the world, and its items are accessible in 191 nations of the world. Some of the products are baby foods, chocolates and confectionery and coffee drinks. ITC Limited is one of India's chief private segment organizations. ITC has an enhanced nearness in cigarettes, hotels, paperboards, and specialty purpose packaging, agribusiness, packaged foods and confectionery, information technology, branded apparel, personal care, and stationery, etc. ITC is entirely processed information technology auxiliary. ITC Infotech India Limited gives IT administrations and answers for driving worldwide clients. ITC Infotech has cut a specialty for itself by tending to client challenges through inventive IT arrangements. Now, let's look on the working capital turnover ratio of the top three companies in India. It is the ratio that indicates how well the company is utilizing its working capital in order to support the given level of sales of the company. The high turnover ratio indicates that the company is being extremely efficient in managing its short-term assets and liabilities to support the sales. The working capital turnover ratio can be calculated by net sales divided by net working capital of the company. In this table, it is given that the working capital turnover ratio for the last 4 years from 2015 to 2019. For the year 2018 to 19, the HUL shows that 11.91, for ITC 2.20 and Nestle 7.36. And for the year 2017 to 18, HUL is 12.58, ITC is 2.52, Nestle is 3.89, and 2016 to 17, 13.21 for HUL, 2.21 for ITC, 4.07 for Nestle, and for the year 2015 to 16, for HUL company, it is 40.16, 2.87, 5.56. So now let's look on the conclusions regarding with the calculation of working capital turnover ratio of the top three FMCG companies in India. From the above calculation of working capital turnover ratio, it is clear that the working capital turnover ratio for ITC and Nestle is a little above standards, which means management is being very efficient in using a company's short-term assets and the liabilities for the supporting of the sales of the company. And the next conclusion for the calculation is that the working capital turnover ratio is relatively high for HUL, which means very high net working capital, and it has more than enough current assets to meet all of its short-term financial obligations. In general, the higher a company's working capital, the better will be the utilizations of the supporting for the sales of the company. Now, let me conclude. Working capital management is an important financial term which involves the two major financial components, which is current assets and current liabilities. These will make up the working capital of the company, and also working capital management and estimation is very essential for a business to maintain an effective operation of the company. The working capital performance can be studied from a projected balance sheet and adjusted P&L, and also from cash flow statement of company, and these can be calculated by using ratio analysis by using different ratios which is from the details of the company. So let me conclude. Thank you. Thank you.